Do subscribe our Technoguru class channel and please don't forget to press that bell icon to receive further updates.
Hey, hello friends, this is Hitesh here. Welcome to our Technoguru class and to the Python for Beginners series. Here in this tutorial, I'll tell you about functions. Okay, functions here will complete entire. We'll try to complete an entire functions concept, both return and non-return. If you know Java and C++, then you would be knowing what I'm talking about is return and non-return. Okay, so how the function is defined and what is the use of function. Those two things actually you should know if you are new into programming. Okay, so I'll just tell you what is the use of function. Function is something where you can divide your logic into some modules. Okay, so let's say if I want to do addition of two numbers, so let's say I have a equals to 10, b equals to 20. Okay, if I want to do addition of this, you'll write a plus b and you'll just display this in double inverted comma. Let's say, oh, fine, sum equal to and comma, c I have to. Okay, so this way you get addition of two numbers. Okay, but I want to do this thing in function approach. Okay, so how can I do that? Okay, so I told you it is basically dividing into modules. So let's say I have a function called def. Okay, I'll show you one simple example. Okay, def function name I'll keep simple hello. Okay, um, okay, cool, hello. Okay, and function here you just don't forget to put this colon. Okay, and you just press enter. Now once you press enter, you can see this tab is little bit inside over here. It's on the right hand side. This is something important, guys. Whenever you do coding in Python, you know you don't have any body in this. Okay, so whatever coding like that lies inside, or you can say it is a part of that body, so that things should be basically inside, I mean one tab inside. Okay, so basically you don't have any body considered as such over here like this. Okay, so whatever you're defining something inside that function, or you say if, or you say while, so that has to be one tab inside. Okay, so now let's say I want to display something. Let's say print, I'll print something over here. Print, I'll say hello, this is Hitesh. Oh, my mistake. Hitesh here. Okay, I want to just display this thing. Now if you press enter, it will still ask you to continue this, but what you can do is you just press one more enter, you'll come out of this. Okay, now let's say you want to display this print function. Okay, so I mean hello function, so you just want to display this print. So what you have to do is you just have to call this hello function over here. So how you'll call, you just have to call this hello and just have to, okay, yeah, that's right. Sorry, my mistake. Press enter, you can see whatever you have inside that hello, that will be executed as it is. Okay, now this function was something which was non-parameterized. Okay, now suppose you want to define some parameter, you want to pass some parameter to that function, you can do that also. So let's say I have a function called add. You want to do addition of two numbers. What do you do? A comma b, and you will take colon. Okay, now you know we don't declare variables over here. You don't need to write int or something. This is not the proper way over here. So just press enter. Now you want to calculate that. So c equal to a plus b. So you did addition. Now you want to display that. Okay, so you can just display over here addition of a and b is, now I can display over here comma, and what do you want to display, c. Okay, so this is something interesting. Now if you want to do addition now, so what you have to do is you just have to call add and pass two parameters in this and pass two values in this. Let's say 4 comma 5. Okay, this 4 comma 5 I'm passing over here. That means I'm calling add function. That means I'm calling this function and I'm passing 4 to this a variable and 5 to this b variable. Okay, so when I call this, you can see 4 5 we will get 9 added and displayed over here. Okay, so this is something that you can do. um, quite few more you can do. This, understood how function is here. So what I'll do is I'll just show you function in a return concept. Okay, so let's say I'm the same program I'm doing addition of two numbers. So just I have to specify comma p colon. Now I'll do addition of two numbers, let's say a plus b. Okay, but here I'll just specify return c. Okay, so this is something that you did till now in your Java and C. So now what is expected over here? Like now you want to display these values, correct? So basically I should display, I should uh, call this function in print function, or either you can store the returned value in one variable and then you can display that variable. That can also be done, but here what I'll do is I'll just pass that thing in this function itself. So let's say addition colon, and I'll just call that function over here, let's say add, and I'll pass it two values over here, let's say 5 comma 9. Okay, and you know it should give me 14. Okay, so this is the way that we do. Okay, so thus you saw one with the non-return. Okay, one function you saw with the no parameter. Second you saw with parameter, which is not returning anything. Third you saw function with the parameter which is returning something. Okay, Mm, next here this all things were something for pass by value concept. Now I'll tell you something related to pass by reference. Okay, if you are not aware about what is pass by value and pass by reference, let me just tell you. Pass by value means whenever you pass some values, like you passed values from here you are passing some you say copy of my value. Okay, copy of original value is passed. In pass by reference, what happens is whenever you pass some data, that data is basically not the copy, you are passing the address of your original data. So that's what the concept is. So that's why there is some difference. Now whenever you pass address, I'm talking about pass by reference, guys. Whenever you pass address, that means any changes done by the function will affect the original data. Okay, so basically this is something passed by value. I'm not considering this part, but I'm just trying to tell you what is my original data and what is my copy of my data. Okay, so from here whatever you'll pass, that will be the address, and here you will access it in function, and when you will do some changes in that value in that variable, so that will affect your original data. So I'll just show you an example over here. Let's say I have one function called f change. Okay, and I'll just take one variable inside this, let's say list1. Okay, so let's see, what I'll do is I'll just try to display this list over here. I'll just something mention sure, value in change function. Okay, so value in change function, I'll display over here list1. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll just change the value over here of any index, let's say list1 of let's say 2. Okay, and this I'll just override this value, I'll say 20. Okay, just press enter, and that way the value basically it's changed in list1, so that you won't be able to see over here until I'll create this. So I'll write list1, let's say list1. Okay, list2, not an issue. I'll display some list, I'll just mention some list over here, 3 4 5 6, let's say. So these are the 6 values that I have stored in my let's say in list. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to call change function, and I'll pass my this list2. So this list2 is basically a sequence, you can say it's an list. So and I'm passing that list is passed to list1. Okay, now if I just call this function, that let's see what happens is like okay, before calling I'll just show you. Before calling this function, you can see my list2 is what. Okay, list2 is 1 2 3 4 5 and 6, but when I call this change function, okay, and I pass this list2 inside this, and you can see when I pass this list2, I'll display this list1. So you can see 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, now I'll just try to display this list 2 again, which was previously 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now if you try to display this, what happens, just find out. You can see at the second index my values change, because you'll say I changed value for list1, but I already told you, when you are passing from here, you are passing the reference, I mean address. So whatever changes you do in list 1, that will make changes in your past parameter. Okay, so basically whatever changes you did in list 1, that affected to your list 2. I hope, I think it's not visible for you guys. You can see, huh? Sorry for that inconvenience. You can see now. Yeah, here it is. 1 to 20, you can see it's 20 over here. Okay, so this is what the concept called pass by reference. Okay, if you want to see for pass by value as well, that whether that changes is done or not, so I'll just show you over here. Def change, I'll just take two variables inside this for your reference, and I'll try to change the value of a. I mean a will be a equal to a plus b. Okay, now if I just try to display my a over here, you can see a colon comma a. Okay, now if I just press enter, now let's say I have a variable called z. Okay, z I'll give as I'll take x as 5 and y as 10. Okay, so that are two values. Now what I'll try to do over here, guys, observe, I'll just call change function and I'll pass my x and y in this. Okay, now if I call this, you can see the value of a is 15 in this case, correct? But what if that means x was passed to a. Now what if I try to display x? You can see x is still 5, x is not changed. So this is the basic difference in pass by value and pass by reference. Pass by reference will change the original data, whereas the pass by value will never change your original data. Okay. That's all in this function tutorial. I'll continue with further topics in my next video. Thank you for watching this, guys.